What's up, people? This is Nation Girl 30 here, and this is my Raw review for August 6th. I am pumped. Seriously, I really am. A-Rye defeated Dolph Ziggler. Defeated Dolph Ziggler. Seriously, you have no idea how happy I am. I don't care if it was an interference, non-interference. The fact that A-Rye won and he was on my screen was even better. I was so happy. You have no idea how loud I was screaming. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be for real. That was probably the best moment ever of the whole night. That was my main event of the night. The fact that A-Rye actually did win a match on Raw against Dolph Ziggler, Mr. Money in the Bank. You have no idea how happy I am. Way to go, A-Rye. Congratulations, A-Rye. I hope you are on my screen a lot more now. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, let's get started on the opener. I really didn't care much about the opener because it was really predictable. Because I mean, it's giving us pretty much of a sneak peek on how the triple threat match may go. So obviously, we knew it was going to go in this direction. I am somewhat admiring the creativity in the WWE, trying to make it more social media friendly, trying to make it more interactive, especially with the whole Twitter thing. I have to admit that is a little bit creative. And the fact they did that with CM Punk's match in the beginning, how WWE Universe chooses is by Twitter. Now, the choices they had for the night for CM Punk's actual opponent was going to be either Rey Mysterio, The Miz, or Kane. Now, everyone pretty much chose Rey Mysterio. That was a given, but that was still really a good match. It was a really good match, and I did enjoy, watching it, even though I think that this was something you would pretty much be on a pay-per-view. But, that was pretty much a feud that's happened many years ago, and it's probably a rehash feud. So, of course, you would actually have it on Raw. Something that's already been squashed and done. It was just something to reminisce by. But since Kane and The Miz were not picked, they actually did have a match later on that night. Now, seeing my Big Red Monster win is always thrilling for me. As much as I love The Miz, I'm sorry, I love Kane more. Way to go, Kane. But honestly, it really wasn't all that bad. This really wasn't a bad Raw. I was quite entertained by the whole car segment, the whole carjacking segment between Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio. That definitely did kind of heat up the feud a little bit between these guys. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I really do believe that it was actually it was a good thing. I mean, I really did enjoy myself watching Sheamus drive Alberto Del Rio's really, really, really gorgeous Ferrari and just completely making a mess of it. It just brings back the days of all the carjackings of really, really nice cars, either by the GMs or by anybody that's like either a heel manager or whatever. Like, it's not as good as Stone Cold Steve Austin completely annihilating Vince McMahon's prize. I think it wasn't. I think it's prize Corvette. Like seriously, nothing beats that moment. But honestly, it really did kind of bring back a lot of memories for me seeing that old carjacking segment. So I really did kind of like it in a very twisted way. But anyway, honestly, the match for the night for me, besides the A-Ride match, in my opinion, was my main event of the night. But my favorite event, well, actually, no, I take that back. That was my main event of the night. But a match that I actually did like was was Randy Orton versus The Big Show. I actually liked that match. That match was really, really good. And the fact that we haven't seen Randy Orton on Raw in a while, it was a really great way for him to come back. And the fact that he actually did the RKO at the end, it was something that was predictable, but the match was still really good, and it was a count out. I'm hoping that after SummerSlam that these guys will actually start a feud again. I think that will be even better if Randy Orton actually does interfere in a triple threat match, because that actually does kind of make the feud go over into the next pay-per-view, which I think is pretty much a good idea. But who knows what's going to happen from there. But I really do have to say that I was kind of shocked to not see Jinder Mahal tonight. And the reason why is because Ryback ended up having a match. And seeing how they're actually starting to promote a feud between Jinder Mahal and Ryback, you think that Jinder Mahal will come out and interfere in Ryback's match, which would pretty much be epic. Because if he interfered in Ryback's match, causing Ryback to lose, that will pretty much be the biggest thing I can ever imagine for Ryback to be in a feud in. And that would definitely pump up Jinder Mahal and pump up his character as pretty much a really great heel. I was really hoping for that to happen. The fact that Jinder Mahal would actually cause Ryback to lose his match. And he's been undefeated for months now. So that would have been a great moment for him to actually lose a match between his opponents. But unfortunately, he wasn't there. So let's see where that's going to go. But honestly, I have to say the main event of the night was John Cena versus Daniel Bryan. That happened to be a really good match. It was a really good match in my opinion, but it was Daniel Bryan, the guy is really good at anything technical. And then you have CM Punk, I mean not CM Punk, you have John Cena that has a lot of endurance in him. So, you know, he can pretty much handle a truck hitting him for maybe a couple of hours. But that was a good match in itself, but I really do like the way it ended. I like the way it ended, that the Big Show was actually showing his dominance, that he was pretty dominant at the end after knocking out CM Punk. I don't like CM Punk as a tweener. I like CM Punk as an anti-hero, somebody that doesn't follow the rules, somebody that doesn't care what anybody says, somebody that follows the beat of their own drum. I love that character in him. I do not at all like him being a tweener. I'm sorry, I don't. Like, I don't like AJ being a tweener because she really does not have any reason to be a face. None. I'm sorry. She has more reason to be a heel than be a face, especially the fact that, you know, I know after everything she's been through with Daniel Bryan, the fact that she made Daniel Bryan go crazy, the fact of the matter is she could be torturing him. And it seems to me that that's what she's doing. She's acting more of it like a heel than a tweener, in my opinion. And sure, she has some moments where she actually does make matches that seem fair and balanced, but I really do prefer her being a heel. That's just me. But all in all, I have to say this really wasn't a bad Raw tonight. I really did enjoy myself through some of the segments. I really do, especially the whole car segment. I really did enjoy myself for that moment. I enjoyed some of the matches, especially with the primetime players. Well, the primetime players minus AW, it would have been quite enjoyable, but honestly, I was a little bit bored, especially with the Divas match. I was bored as well, which makes me sad because we haven't seen Kelly in so long that, you know, I thought it was going to be a really good match with her. She ended up winning, of course, but it just wasn't a match that was worth watching to me. And I mean, I don't know. It was just a little bit disappointing when I saw HBK out there promoting Triple H's match when Triple H should be out there promoting his own match. And the fact that Brock Lesnar was there was pretty shocking. Nobody really expected him to be there. But I don't know. I just really didn't care much for that segment because Triple H really didn't do much of nothing. Like seriously, there was really no heat going into it. There was really no tension going into it. Something that makes you go, oh my gosh, I can't wait till SummerSlam. But there's really nothing going into that match. But I have to say that there were some matches that did entertain me. So with the boredom and then with the entertainment on the side, yeah, I'm kind of in the middle here. Like honestly, I can't totally give it a thumbs up because there were a lot of entertaining segments. It was mostly boredom. And yes, they did go back and forth between the Raw 1000 because let's face it, nothing can top Raw 1000. I'm sorry. And we're going to see a whole lot of segments from that. And then there was a lot of boring segments, especially with the whole AAA segment that I thought was going to be really great. Especially the fact it's between him and Brock Lesnar, but that was boring too. And a boring opener, but a not so bad ending. So yes, I'm in between here. That is my verdict, and I'm sticking to it. What do you guys think about it? Leave your comments in the comment section below. If you want to give me a video response about it, I am all for that. I want to hear what you guys have to say about it, but I am in between about this. It's not bad, it's not horrible, but it's okay. It was a pretty good show to watch. So anybody that recorded, go back and watch it. It's not all that bad. This is Nation Girl 30 signing off. And before I go, I'm going to do my SmackDown review and my Power Rankings video on Saturday. That is when I'm going to upload it. Peace out, y'all. See you later.